Field in Minneapolis. It's the Guardians and the Twins getting ready for Game 1 of this 3-game series. Time now for the starting lineups. First for the Guardians and manager Stephen Vogt. Leading things off, Travis Bazzana, the second baseman. Khalil Watson, the center fielder, bats second. Chase DeLauder in right field will hit third, with Kyle Manzardo, the first baseman, batting cleanup. Reese Hoskins, the designated hitter, will bat fifth. Brian Rocchio at shortstop hits sixth. Daniel Schneemann, the third baseman, hits seventh. Batting eighth, doing the catching, Patrick Bailey. And Stephen Kwan in left field will hit ninth. On the mound, left-hander Joey Cantillo. Now for the Twins and manager Derek Shelton. Leading things off, Austin Martin, the left fielder. Brooks Lee at third base will bat second. Josh Bell, the designated hitter, bats third. Royce Lewis, the first baseman, will hit cleanup. Victor Caratini.
Describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
So the reason I got to Cooperstown is because I played with Cal and I played with Eddie and I played with some of the greatest players ever. And, I just had to figure out how I did my job, and I was honored to have some of the best players that ever played put on uniforms, and they happen to be Oriole uniforms. If there's ever any doubt that I'm 78, all I got to do is look at my old cards and I know.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Cleveland Guardians baseball tonight from Minneapolis. It's the Cleveland Guardians taking on the Minnesota Twins in the start of a 3-game series and the opening game of a 6-game road swing heading into the All-Star break for Cleveland. Jim Rosenhaus along with you tonight. Tom Hamilton with the road trip off heading into the All-Star break, and we are joined for the Minnesota portion of the trip by Cleveland baseball alum, longtime broadcaster in the major leagues, Pat Tabler. And Tabby, always great to see you, and you catch the Guardians trying to get rolling here heading into the All-Star break.
Rosie, it's so important. Thank you for having me here. It's so important, I think, as you go into the All-Star break to gather some kind of momentum. It's kind of been an up and down couple of weeks for the the Cleveland Guardians. But if you have this division game here, this big series here, and then down to Miami, two very good teams, you would love to get a nice 4-2 road trip, gain some momentum as you go into the All-Star break.
And they're coming off, I don't know if emotional is the right word, but certainly a hotly contested back-and-forth series with the first-place team in the division, a 2-2 series.
The beauty of this jersey is the feel, the texture, the thin, the stitching is heavy, so you kind of feel that jersey that was very heavy. Check it out, the last name and the number, they have a little glitter on them, so they kind of stack up. It just feels right. I had some really cool cleats to go with it. The way it gets dirty when you slide, it just kind of like rubs off on that glitter. It's really, really cool.
Do you mind clearing up what in the world a guy with one career big league hit is doing with a baseball card that looks like this?
Yeah, every player in the mid to late 80s wanted to dupe a photographer, right? The entire rest of the season, I was wondering what my card would look like next year if I was able to sneak it through. And I open it up and I see one with me with the eye black and the batting gloves.
And you
I was like, yeah, I duped him.
The people are welcoming, they're loving, they're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, definitely Asheville.
It's Asheville. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah.
They're excited to be back and back on their feet. So it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning or losing, like everybody's there having a good time rooting us on. So I've always enjoyed that the whole year.
You play here at the tourist park and you feel like you're back in the old days playing real baseball.
Nestled right into the mountains there.
That's right on a cliff.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Is to 23 feet high, and again, that's kind of where the old baggie was at the Dome.
The old baggie. I was wondering if you would remember the old bag in right field. This is a launching pad, and in batting practice today, both clubs were pounding the ball into the stands.
And weather condition-wise, there was a threat of showers earlier, but I think we're okay. It is gray up above and really humid, warm as well. But so far, no rain, and hopefully it holds off if there is any in the area until after we are done playing here tonight. Umpiring crew, Marvin Hudson, the crew chief, has home plate. Ryan Additon is at first base. Ryan Blakeney, the second base umpire, and Nick Marley is working at third base. The Twins have taken the field in the home whites. Same color scheme as Cleveland with that navy blue and the red trim. Twins in script across the front. Guardians going with their alternate blue jerseys to go along with the gray pants and the block C on the heart as they get ready to go here tonight in Minneapolis. The Twins coming off a rare series win in New York. They took 2 out of 3 from the Yankees. First time they have won a series in New York since the 2014 season. So despite the injury to Buxton, they're feeling pretty good about themselves.
They're playing much better defense, according to their manager. Of course, they're hitting home runs. This is a team that can score at will, especially early in the ball game. And it doesn't get any easier for the Guardians. They're facing a very good pitcher in Taj Bradley.
And he's ready to go. The big right-hander facing Travis Bazzana, who digs in to lead things off. Bradley winds it up, and here's tonight's first pitch. It is outside for ball 1, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. 82 degrees and humid, cloudy at game time. Here's the pitch. Bazzana swings and misses, and quickly they count on Travis Bazzana, 1-1. Bazzana, an all-star, hitting .249 coming in with 7 homers. 27 driven in, left-handed hitter. The pitch from Bradley. It's upstairs for a ball. 2-1 the count on Bazzana, who is starting to firmly entrench himself in that leadoff spot in the lineup. Here's the pitch from Bradley. Swung on, and there is a high pop-up foul off to the left. And the count's now 2-2 on Bazzana. Defense for the Twins, Austin Martin in left. The rookie, Kyler Fetko's in center. Luke Keishel is around and right. Here comes the 2-2 to Bazzana. Swung on, and he drills it down the right field line near the corner, and it hooks foul. Deep down the right side. It bounced in front of that high wall, but just foul. On the dirt for Minnesota, Royce Lewis is now the first baseman. Cody Clemens at second. The shortstop, Ryan Kreidler. And Brooks Lee is around at third with Victor Caratini catching. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Bazzana down on strikes.
These young Guardian hitters have not faced Taj Bradley, and when they see him, you're going to see an assortment of pitches. He throws a cutter at 91 miles an hour, and he has an outstanding split. Got to get him to get the ball up in the strike zone.
When he has velo, he can get it in the upper 90s consistently with that straight fastball as Khalil Watson steps in. Another left-handed hitter takes a strike on the inside corner. The Heat that time at 97 from Taj Bradley. Just 25 years of age. Nice pickup at the trade deadline a year ago from Tampa Bay. The 0-1 swung on and fouled back.
How do you give up on an arm like this? A young player like that, especially if you're the Tampa Bay Rays.
Rarely do they make mistakes
Yes.
pitching-wise in
Yes.
terms of trades. And they acquired Griffin Jacks for their bullpen going the other way. Here's the 0-2. Low and inside with the breaking ball. Splitter that time. 1-2 the count on Watson. Hitting .246. Game number 18 in the major leagues for him. A home run, 9 driven in. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. There's that splitter again.
It is nasty, and it is hard. He can run it up there about 90 miles an hour, and the game plan is just to get him up in the strike zone, because anything down is going to be tough. Changeup, cutter, splitter down. The fastball is up, and Stephen Vogt says that velocity is real.
Now Chase DeLauder with 2 down, bases empty, and the pitch from Bradley is swung on, and that's lifted high in the air to left, circling the left fielder. Martin's under it, and he makes the catch in fair territory deep down the left field line. So a quick inning for Taj Bradley as the Guardians go quietly. After a half inning of play, it's Cleveland nothing. Minnesota coming up.
After 14 games without a homer.
And there are Mom and Dad.
This one hit high in the air, deep left. It's a 3-run homer for Walker. Welcome home, Jordan. He's homered, he's singled, he's doubled. He's knocked in 3, he's scored 3. How about a 4-hit, 4 RBI game for Dalton Rushing?
Did Moniak do it again? You bet! Another homer in the first. 3 straight games for Mickey.
Bryce Miller has been simply lights out. Hardly anybody's been better.
7 scoreless innings. Marvelous Miller again.
Goodbye! Good night! Unbelievable! Home run! Walk-off winner!
I can't imagine how good that must have felt right there.
It was priceless.
Challenging utility rate increases and fighting for consumer-friendly energy policies. For more than 25 years, NOPEC has been working to keep your energy bills affordable. Learn more at nopec.org or by calling NOPEC's 24/7 Customer Care Center.
Austin Martin leads things off for Minnesota, facing left-hander Joey Cantillo. Bottom of the first, no score. Cantillo delivers, And his pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Normally it would be Byron Buxton at the top of the lineup, but again, Buxton with a right hip injury placed on the injured list prior to the game tonight. So Martin fills in at the top of the lineup. Cantillo with the 0-1. Off speed in there for a strike. There's the first curve on the night, and we will see plenty of those.
We will keep an eye on that. He likes to use that curveball, and it's a good one, and his changeup. And when you do that, you keep him off your fastball. He's got to be able to get it over for a strike.
And this is a dangerous team. The Minnesota Twins have scored more runs than any team in the American League coming in. About 5 runs a game, about a run better than the Guardians per game over the course of the season. Cleveland much more effective on the mound than Minnesota, but the Twins, they can hit. Here's the pitch to Martin. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase. 1 down. That'll bring up Brooks Lee. Defensively for the Guardians, Stephen Kwan in left. Khalil Watson in center. Chase DeLauder is around and right. Kyle Manzardo at first. Travis Bazzana at second. Brian Rocchio, the shortstop. Daniel Schneemann around at third. And Patrick Bailey catching. Joey Cantillo, the left-hander from Honolulu. Here's his pitch. And Lee takes a strike on the inside corner. And that's been the biggest key for Cantillo. His command getting better as the season has gone along.
Strike 1. That was just a changeup, just to get me over changeup, I think surprised the batter.
Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball pulled foul outside of third. 0-2 the count. Joey Cantillo, 26 years of age. 6'4", 225. So he's got that prototype good size. And this is his first full season as a starter in the major leagues, and that has suited him well, that 5-day routine. Here's his pitch to Lee. Low and in for a ball. Brooks Lee having a nice season, hitting .250 coming in, but 14 home runs, 48 driven in. I mentioned the Twins leading the American League in runs scored. They're 4th in home runs with 117. Here's the pitch to Lee. Just missed inside. Cantillo thought it was a strike, and Bailey did too. The Guardians will challenge to see if indeed this wasn't strike 3, and it is a strike. A good challenge by Bailey. The ABS overturns the call, and Lee is a strikeout victim.
You know, watching it on the replay, Patrick Bailey didn't even move his glove. I'm like, how is that not a strike? Just clipped the bottom of the strike zone. Fastball crossed him up 95 miles an hour for another strike.
So 2 up, 2 down on a pair of strikeouts. Now Josh Bell, the former Guardian, the pitch to him. He swings and drills it towards second. Just past a diving Travis Bazzana, and into right center field it goes. So the red-hot Josh Bell, who's had a tremendous bounce-back season, he's aboard with a 2-out single here in this scoreless first inning.
Switch hitter. The infield was shifted like he was going to pull him batting right-handed, and he crossed up the defense, just punched it into right field for the game's first hit.
Now Royce Lewis. What a roller coaster year it has been for Lewis. Has been highly regarded as one of the top hitters for the Twins. Injuries have held him back, and he was sent to the minor leagues for a stretch to try and figure out his swing after a very slow start. And since returning, the former shortstop and third baseman now plays first base. Here's the pitch to him. Breaking ball, low and in for ball 1.
He's a 1-1, isn't he?
Yes.
First round, first pick in the draft, and battled injuries in his career. Seemed like he was coming out of it. It seemed like every time he stepped to the plate, he was hitting home runs, and I was shocked when I saw that he was sent down this year.
Here's the pitch to him. Breaking ball, low and in. The count's now 2-0 on Royce Lewis. On the season, batting .217 with 8 home runs, 25 driven in, but like so many of his teammates, it has been going extremely well lately, the 2-0. There's a strike on the inside corner, and the count now 2-1. 2017, the year that he was selected first overall. Next pitch, high and outside. 3 players in club history selected as a 1-1. Of course, Joe Mauer back in 2001. Our good buddy Tim Belcher back in 1983 in the secondary phase. Here's the 3-1. Breaking ball down low. And drawing a walk is Lewis to put runners at first and second after the 2 quick strikeouts for Cantillo. Now he has to work out of some trouble.
Yeah, and Joey wasn't very happy with the sequence of his pitches to Royce Lewis. Very upset with himself after walking him now with 2 outs.
Victor Caratini steps in on the year, hitting .238. Last 26 games, .322. And that is the norm for so many in his lineup right now for manager Derek Shelton. The pitch, low and in for ball 1 to Caratini. Veteran catcher, 10th season in the big leagues, bounced around a bit and has found a home here with the Twins. No score. 2 on, 2 gone. Next pitch to Caratini. Finds the inside corner for a strike. Good fastball that time. At 93 miles an hour. And with Cantillo, you look 93, 94. If it's down in the lower 90s and upper 80s, then he has struggles. The 1-1 on the outside corner for a strike.
Yeah, 94 will do it when you throw it where he just threw that last fastball right on the corner. An unhittable pitch. Now he's got him set up. He can throw anything here if he wants to. He doesn't even have to throw a strike.
The 1-2. Just a bit inside. 2-2 the count. Twins coming in. They've won 12 of their last 19 games and coming off a series win, 2 out of 3 at Yankee Stadium. Now the 2-2. In tight. Breaking ball missed. Full count. And Cantillo, obviously in his efforts to go deeper into games, trying to keep his inning by inning pitch count reasonable, and the Twins are starting to drive that up on him now here in this first inning. Next pitch, number 19 in the inning. The left-hander sets and delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A beautiful changeup from Cantillo. Strikes out Caratini. Side retired. 2 men left. We head to the second. No score from Target Field in Minneapolis.
And there's a shot into left field. Stanton on his way around to score. And the Yankees are on the board. First, it's 1-0 New York. Bouncer headed up the middle, and that's going to get through and driving a couple of runs. Cranked up and sent into the right center field gap. McMahon's going to score easily. They're going to wave Wills around. Plays to third. 5-0 New York. Another one head for no man's land, but Harrison Bader read it well. Former Gold Glover comes up to make a very nice catch for the guy they call Big G, who has driven in a run with the 3rd straight hit to open the 5th inning. Chopper for Jazz. Hot shot. And he makes the catch. That got on there on a line, and he's telling Jose Caballero, you see that? I could watch Jazz Chisholm play. I mean, he plays with such joy. Only David Cohn, Ron Guidry, and Mel Stottlemyre had opening day starts of 6+ innings with 2 or fewer hits and no runs allowed.
20-game hitting streak came to an end last night. The longest in Royals history for a rookie. High and deep, right center field. He starts another one tonight.
Go ahead, Carter. There you go, buddy. He got him a cookie off the lefty. Nearly 450. That's a pretty good shot. 449. Perfect times. 1-0. Love it. That was a no doubt. The way that ball's carrying out of here. That was a 4-seam fastball right down the middle.
Top of the second underway, and Kyle Manzardo looks at strike one on the outside corner from hard-throwing right-hander Taj Bradley. No score. Guardians and Twins opening a 3-game series, separated by 3 games in the standings. Next pitch, high and away for a ball. 1-1 the count on Manzardo. Guardians came in a game back of the White Sox. The Twins 4 out in third place. The 1-1. Fastball missed outside.
I got the feeling in the clubhouse today with Minnesota, they're very confident. Didn't you get that feeling too?
Absolutely.
Talking with Derek Shelton, that the players feel like, hey, even though we're where we are in the standings, we're still in this.
The 2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2. Little apprehensive vibe, I think, because they were just getting the news at that point that Buxton was going to be placed on the injured list. And he's been obviously on the field, but in that clubhouse, he's their heart and soul guy.
Take that out of that, and that could make things a little bit tougher for him.
The 2-2, fastball outside, according to home plate umpire Marv Hudson, but the Twins want a challenge. Immediately, Victor Caratini turned around and asked for the challenge, and it is indeed a strike, and that's strike 3 on Manzardo. Another overturn on the ABS.
And that one caught a lot of the plate. Upper parts of the strike zone. Seems to be having some trouble with that high. That was a curveball. That just clipped the top of the strike zone for a strikeout. That's 3 strikeouts already.
Here is Rhys Hoskins, the DH, takes a fastball up high for ball 1. Bradley, 25 years of age, checks in at 6'2", 221. The 1-0 delivery. Swung on, and that's blasted high and deep to center. It's way back there, leaping at the wall, but unable to grab it is Fetko. It's beyond his glove and the fence. A home run for Rhys Hoskins. Guardians in front 1-0. To a deep part of this ballpark, 411 feet away, just to the left of center, Hoskins belts his 8th home run of the season.
And because that ball was hit so hard, the center fielder couldn't get back there. I think if he could have gotten back there, he might have been able to try and time his leap.
Now to the plate, Brian Rocchio, who rolls one to the second baseman, Clemens, who flips on to first for the out. 2 down.
But it was hit so hard, a fastball right down Broadway, right into the swing path of Rhys Hoskins, and he hit a bullet to center.
So the Guardians in front, 1-0, grabbing the early lead on the home run by Hoskins. Now it's Daniel Schneemann, the pitch to him. Down low, ball 1. Schneemann batting .217 with 6 homers, 28 driven in. Here's the 1-0. Down low, 2-0. Don't forget, first 4 innings, it's the Conrad's Score 4, Win 4 New Tires contest. John Kosiba of Conneaut is our contestant tonight. Could win a set of 4 Bridgestone tires, courtesy of Conrad's Tire, Express, and Total Car Care. Next pitch is swung on and missed by Schneemann. Visit econrads.com to enter. Good luck to John Kosiba of Conneaut, our contestant tonight. Now the 2-1 delivery. Fastball missed outside. Ball 3. 1-0 Cleveland on the Hoskins home run here in the second. Bradley winds it up. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Took a little off that time with the cutter. Instead of 97, that was 88 with movement.
Yeah, he's trying to slow himself down. He was rushing after he gave up that home run.
The 3-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase the high heat. Side retired, but the Guardians grab the lead on the Rhys Hoskins solo bomb to center. Get to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Cleveland.
Attention on deck. Calling all Cuyahoga County vets.
Williams pops it up. Another one for Jeffers. Well, the
best part about it is that he can actually try to smile a little bit.
Jeffries laughs at himself, and I think that's cool, because I'm not laughing at his inability to catch the pop. And that's the way the game is. You have to be able to laugh at yourself a little bit.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Cody Clemens leads things off for Minnesota, bottom of the second inning. Facing Guardians left-hander Joey Cantillo. 1-0 Cleveland. Clemens swings, fouls it straight back, and out of play. Just off to our right as we're on the second level here at Target Field. A big lower level, then a club suite type level. And then there's another one above that, similar. And then your upper deck. The 0-1, swung on, fouled off, 0-2. And Pat, there are more nooks and crannies in this ballpark than I think any in the major leagues right now. All kinds of different stuff going on in the outfield.
I remember when they were building this, I took a walk down here and looked around. I'm like, how are they going to jam that stadium in there where they have it? And it's like...
The 0-2, swung on, bounced to the second baseman, Bazzana, and it goes right through his legs. Off his one leg, ricocheting out into right field. An error on Travis Bazzana on a ball hit right to him.
You won't have an easier play than that one right there. It didn't look like it skipped on him. It didn't look like it was an in-between hop. He just misplayed it. You were right, exactly right at him, and he just didn't get the glove down.
For Travis Bazzana, that's error number 5 since coming up from the minor leagues. Ryan Kreidler steps in, and he takes a pitch down low for a ball. Guardians with that 1-0 lead. And again, we're at Target Field, and in terms of size of land that the ballpark's on, second smallest in all of baseball behind only San Francisco. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, and there's a slow tapper to short. Charging Rocchio, throws back to Bazzana, not in time at second base. Maybe he had a play at first, although that's open to question, so he did the best he could to try and get the force, and it was late.
Yeah, he didn't make a very good throw. He actually bounced it to second base. It was a slow chopper between the mound and shortstop. Did not get a very good grip on that ball, and one hopped it to Travis at second base, and he couldn't come up with it. I think Clemens would have been safe even if he did.
So runners at first and second with nobody out. Now it's Luke Keeschel, and Keeschel takes strike one. Keeschel hitting .252 with 4 home runs, 26 driven in. Nobody out, but this is where Cantillo has really shined this season with men in scoring position. The 0-1, off speed, down low. Men in scoring position against Cantillo. They're batting just .164. 5th lowest mark in all of baseball.
Yeah, he's going to have to pull some of that right here. Looking for the ground ball. 2 for the price of 1.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball, that curve, darting low and in. So an error by Bazzana, then the fielder's choice with all hands reaching safely. And it's first and second with nobody out. Cantillo with the 1-2. Swung on, a tapper to the first baseman. Manzardo looked at second, doesn't throw there. Cantillo could not make it to first in time as the throw back was late. Keishel is safe. All hands are safe. Bases loaded. Nobody out on 3 ground balls on the infield.
Yeah, and one of the strengths of this ball club is their defense, and that's 3 straight plays where the defense have really let them down. Manzardo had a shot of possibly going to second base, but the runner was in his way. He didn't have a throwing lane to throw that ball, so then when he realized he couldn't go to second, Cantillo was a little bit late getting off the mound, and then there was no play at second base. So on 3 easy ground ball outs, they've got the bases loaded, nobody out.
Base hit for Keishel. Now, Kyler Fedko, who is 0 for 14 since being called up to make his major league debut, and he's in center, replacing Byron Buxton. The pitch to him, it's outside and high for ball 1. Fedko, a former 12th round draft pick back in 2021, started his year with AAA St. Paul. Right-handed batter, out of a crouch. The pitch to him is swung on, popped up, first base side, foul ground. Manzardo over, and he makes the catch, or no, it dropped. He tumbled over Bazzana, who helped out, but he might have distracted him. And Manzardo got a glove on it, but then tumbled to the ground, and the ball popped free in foul territory.
That's exactly what happened down in no man's land behind first base. Normally it's the second baseman's ball because he's got a better angle at it. Kyle reached up, had it in the webbing momentarily, and when he hit the ground after tumbling over Travis, dropped the baseball, so we got to do it all over again.
What a bizarre inning.
I've never seen this from this team. This is a very good defensive team, and for some reason it's not coming together this inning.
It's still 1-0 Cleveland. We're in the bottom half of the second inning, and now the umpire goes out along with Patrick Bailey to have a chat with Joey Cantillo, maybe to discuss what the count is, and it is 1-1. Fans, don't forget, when you've got rust to bust, use PB Blaster, a Cleveland original since 1957. PB Blaster, always work it like a pro. Here comes the 1-1 to Fetko. Swing and a miss. Good off speed that time from Joey Cantillo. Cantillo facing the rookie Kyler Fetko, who's 26 years of age. Parts of 6 seasons in the minor leagues before getting that first major league call-up about 10 days ago. Stands right on top of home plate from that right side. Here's the pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. A huge strikeout for Joey Cantillo.
Yeah, let's give credit on the other end of it. It was a breaking ball that was swung on and missed, but a good block by Patrick Bailey, the catcher, to keep that thing in front of him and to record the out.
Now top of the lineup, Austin Martin. Struck out first time up. The pitch to him. Up high, ball 1. And this guy has tortured Cleveland pitching in his career. 14 games against the Guardians. He's hit at a 375 clip. Up there now with the bases loaded and 1 out. The pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Good curve that time from Cantillo.
The off-speed stuff is giving these Twins hitters some fits. They just can't get the timing down.
Here's the 1-1. Low and inside. Went right back to that curveball. 2-1. Cody Clemens, the base runner at third. Ryan Kreidler at second. Luke Keishel The base runner at first. 1-0 Cleveland, second inning. The pitch from Cantillo, swung on, and there's a high fly ball left center. Cruising after it, the left fielder Kwan makes the catch. He'll throw to third. Scoring on the play is Clemens. And this game is tied at 1 on the sacrifice fly by Austin Martin. Good work there by the Twins to get that runner in from third with less than 2 down. Now Brooks Lee, who struck out looking.
That last pitch was a high changeup, something a good hitter can see and just lift it into the outfield to pick the run up.
Lee digs in. The pitch from Cantillo. Swung on, ground ball near the middle. On through, base hit. Rounding third, heading for home and scoring is Kreidler. And the Twins take a 2-1 lead on the RBI single from Brooks Lee. Advancing to third on the play is Keishel. And this tough inning for the Guardians continues.
Yeah, you couldn't place it any better than Brooks Lee did. That's about a 5-hopper up the middle, but because the Guardians were playing him to full, the shortstop had no chance. Lozano actually went on the shortstop side of second base to try and knock it down.
Now Josh Bell, who singled his first time up, been red hot. The pitch to him, down low, ball 1. Bell, the former Guardian, 33 years of age now, played in Washington a year ago, did not nearly have the year that he's having now with the Twins. 60 runs batted in, 4th in the league, and he swings and fouls one off at home plate. Switch hitter in from the right side. I believe I said 4th, 3rd in the American League with those 60 runs batted in to go along with 13 homers. 1-1 the count on him. Here it comes. Fastball. Just missed. Maybe a little inside.
He's getting a lot of those RBIs in these situations. He's hitting about 350 with runners in scoring position this year. He's clutching up.
Here's Cantillo's 2-1 pitch. In tight. Almost hit him. 3-1. Now you mentioned Bell with the gaudy runners in scoring position numbers as a team. Minnesota best in baseball. 284 with men in scoring position as a team. Big reason why they're averaging 5 runs a game. The 3-1. Swung on, tapped foul at home plate. And the count runs full. 3-2 on Bell. Guardians trailing 2-1. Cantillo really having to work hard here this inning. The pitch to Bell. Inside, ball 4, and they are reloaded for the cleanup hitter, Royce Lewis. For Cantillo, that's his second walk in 2 innings. And walking out to the mound now is pitching coach Carl Willis.
Yeah, he's got to get a blow right here. Take a breather right here. He's thrown 43 pitches, and he's really had to work in this inning. The defense hasn't helped him at all, and he's trying to get out of this with just 2 runs scored.
Cantillo at 24 pitches in the inning. Hey, score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. They have the official jerseys and memorabilia with hats and hoodies as well. MLBshop.com, your official source for Guardians gear. Now here's Lewis. Last 26 games since being recalled from AAA after a surprise demotion, hitting .272 with 5 homers, a dozen driven in. Up there now, bases loaded, the pitch. Low and in for ball 1. And we mentioned the tremendous .284 batting average with men in scoring position. Bases loaded, the Twins are hitting .343. Here's the pitch. Lewis takes it on the inside corner. Good curve that time from Cantillo.
He's a young player, Royce Lewis. He's been battling injuries, like we say, so he doesn't have that many games. He's already had 6 career Grand Slams in his young career.
The 1-1. Down low, 2-1.
So be careful. Bases loaded once again for Royce Lewis.
Well, this is a key cog, especially so now with Buxton back on the injured list. They need Lewis to be the player that they've seen in the past around the injuries. Here's the 2-1. Swung on, and he pops it up high in the air on the infield. Near the second base bag is the shortstop, Rocchio, and he makes the catch to retire the side. But the Twins score twice, and we'll head to the third. It's Minnesota 2, the Guardians 1.
And there's a shot into left field. Stanton on his way around to score, and the Yankees are on the board. First, it's 1-0 New York. Bouncer headed up the middle, and that's going to get through and driving a couple of runs. Cranked up and sent into the right center field gap. McMahon's going to score easily. They're going to wave Wills around. Plays to third. 5-0 New York. Another one head for no man's land, but Harrison Bader read it well. Former Gold Glover comes up to make a very nice catch for the guy they call Big G, who has driven in a run with the 3rd straight hit to open the 5th inning. Chopper for Jazz. Hot shot. And he makes the catch. That got on there on a line, and he's telling Jose Caballero, did you see that? I could watch Jazz Chisholm play. I mean, he plays with such joy. Only David Cohn, Ron Guidry, and Mel Stottlemyre had opening day starts of 6+ innings with 2 or fewer hits and no runs allowed.
Here we go. This is a classic road jersey for Boston. This is the first uniform I put on when I came with Boston. When you see those 2 socks together, that's one thing I know I had to do. I had to make sure I had my red socks high, okay? My 2 red socks, because, you know, there's 2 here.
Guardians trailing for the first time tonight, 2-1 as we head to the 3rd inning. Patrick Bailey will lead things off, facing right-hander Taj Bradley. Former Tampa Bay Ray winds it up. Here's his pitch. Fastball, strike on the outside corner. This looks like a heavy pitch. Right around the knees. Here comes the 0-1. Bailey swings and foul tips it for strike 2.
And he's pitching really well lately. The Twins have won each of his last 4 starts. ERA about 3.5, averaging about a strikeout an inning. He's got good stuff.
Here's his 0-2. Just missed, maybe a little bit low. 1-2 the count on Bailey, who's batting overall 182 with a pair of home runs, a dozen driven in, but much better since joining Cleveland. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Chased a pitch outside, and that's the 5th strikeout for Taj Bradley.
You know, right when you're looking for his above-average off-speed pitches, the splitter, the curve, pumps that fastball right by you.
Number 9 hitter Stephen Kwan steps in, and he's in a good stretch right now. The pitch to him. On the outside corner for a strike. 8-game hit streak for Kwan, batting .348, and maybe this is the Stephen Kwan we've grown accustomed to now. Here's the 0-1. Fastball in there for strike 2. 0-2 the count. He's had a tough time with consistency this year, really since the get-go. But in a good stretch now. Here's the 0-2 from Bradley. bounced it in there for a ball.
And as a hitter, when you get off to a rough start, and he's gotten off to a rough start, you just start saying, okay, today I'm just going to have 4 really good at-bats. Don't worry about what you do during the game. Don't worry about what the scoreboard says. Just try to put some consistent at-bats together and then put some consistent games together.
The 1-2 way upstairs for a ball.
There's a lot of the season left. A lot of it.
Absolutely.
So you can't worry about what is happening. You just start putting games, good games, one right after another.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, that slap to the third baseman. Dug out over there by Lee. Fires across in time for the out. 2 up, 2 down in the Hyundai Grand Slam giveaway inning. Our contestant tonight, Hans Richter of Canton. If the Guardians hit a Grand Slam here in the third, Hans Richter of Canton wins a Hyundai Kona, courtesy of your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers. Visit HyundaiGrandSlam.com to enter. Top of the lineup, Travis Bazzana. Struck out first time. The pitch to him, swing and a miss. 2-1, Guardians trail. We're in the top of the third on a warm, muggy night in Minneapolis. No showers yet, though. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, slapped foul and out of play, left side. Light breeze, but doesn't look like it's impacting anything really when you look at the different flags throughout this ballpark. 0-2 the count on Bazzana with 2 down and the base is empty. Bradley with the pitch. Swung on. There's a slow chopper. First base side of the mound. Bradley's on it. Picks it up and keeps right on going to the first base bag in time for the out. Side retired in order, and we'll head to the bottom half of the third inning. It is.
The 2-2 got a piece of it. Yes, he had a very good swing. Oh, look at this. Here go the sprinklers. The sprinklers have fired. Pedro, soaking wet, is laughing, seems unfazed by it. Oh, goodness.
His smile is so infectious around this ball club. I have never seen this happen before.
This is comedy.
Pedro's just taking a little shower.
This is absolute comedy.
Sometimes artifacts in the collection of the Hall of Fame could tell multiple stories. This is the earliest known Yankees baseball cap in existence. It tells a story of a very early baseball cap and of a guy who just had a cup of coffee in the big leagues. But there's actually a hidden story inside this cap. There's another name written in the cap. So who's Dolan?
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
ClevelandClinicChildren's.org/hands.
It's OAR Day at Progressive Field on Friday, July 17th. With appearances from the band, a special beer collaboration with Market Garden Brewery, giveaways, and more. Get your tickets at CLEGuardians.com.
Guardians trailing 2-1 as we head to the bottom half of the third inning here in Minneapolis. Victor Caratini leads things off. The pitch to him. Fastball, strike called on the inside corner from Joey Cantillo. Caratini, the switch hitter, in from the right side. Twins have not had good success against left-handed pitching this year, but they are leading 2-1 here tonight early. They are just 12-15 against the lefties. Facing a good one tonight in Cantillo.
Yeah, and their OPS.
The 0-1 missed inside.
It is negative, a lot different against the left-handed starter. They have 3 switch hitters in their lineup, and they've got plenty of guys who can hit right-handed, and they've got good balance, but they've had the trouble.
The 1-1 swung on, line to short, off the glove of Rocchio, and it trickles behind him as he tried to make that play on the short hop on a screamer off the bat of Caratini, who's aboard with a single.
He did the right thing. He played it off to the side, so it frees up your hand to be quick, but that ball had some topspin on it, and it hit right in front of him and handcuffed him.
So yet another base hit that doesn't quite reach the outfield until it trickles off an infielder. Up to the plate, Cody Clemens, who taps one foul at home plate. And it's been an odd first 3 innings for the Guardians.
Yeah, they make some of those plays, and they're winning 1-0 easily. But right now, you know what that has done? That play, it's put him in the hole down 2-1, but it's also got the pitch count up for Joey Cantillo.
Facing the left-handed hitting Clemens. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, missed outside. Clemens, what a year he has going. 16 home runs, 43 driven in. The pitch to him. Breaking ball, low and away. There are some, especially with him playing second base now, who feel that with Buxton not going to the All-Star game due to injury, maybe he would be named as an American League All-Star. Joe Ryan, one of their top pitchers, also going. Here's the 2-1, swung on, foul back into the net.
He had a career year last year, Cody. 19 home runs. He's got 16 already. He's going to blow by that if he stays healthy. And I think they picked him up right at the end of spring training. Didn't Philadelphia get rid of him?
A year ago.
A year ago.
Yes.
So they got him for nothing, and he's turned into a nice player.
Been with the Tigers, Phillies, and now the Twins. And he's hit on something here with the Twins, and he's hitting a lot. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Cantillo. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good heat that time from Joey Cantillo. Strikes out Cody Clemens for the first out in the inning. So 1 down. Ryan Kreidler steps in. Whenever the Guardians win, your Northeast Ohio Ford dealers will donate $500 to Cleveland Guardians charities. That'll support expanded access to youth sports in Cleveland. 2-1, Minnesota in front. Victor Caratini at first base with 1 away. Swinging and driving one off the third baseman, Schneemann, is Ryan Kreidler, and that one trickles down the left field line. Into third goes Caratini. Up to second with a double is Kreidler on another ball that hit the glove of an infielder. And it is a base hit, a double for Kreidler.
It would have been a heck of a play by Schneemann at third base, that in-between hop down at the hot corner. But it came up on him and actually hit him above the glove and ricocheted down the left field line. But yeah, you're right, a ball that could have come up with. It would have been a tough play.
Luke Keeschel steps in. 1 out, second and third, infield in. The pitch swung on, line foul and out of play. And this is the type of team you can kind of sense it right now with the Twins. They've had so much success offensively. They smell blood in the water right now. And they're trying to deliver a knockout blow early. Cantillo lets it fly, and it's swung on, tapped in front of home plate, picked up by Bailey, throws to first, out at first on a close play, and the runners hold. And there's a good defensive play by an outstanding defensive catcher, Patrick Bailey.
That was a Gold Glove play. Tapped out in front of home plate. He has to leave home plate bare. Cantillo had to then follow it, then create a throwing lane over to first base, and they got him by a hair. Nice play.
So the number 9 hitter, Kyler Fetko, steps in. Second and third, infield back now with 2 away. The pitch from Cantillo, low and in for ball 1. And the Guardians on a road trip here, then the All-Star break. They don't return home until Friday, July 17th. They'll take on the Pirates coming out of the All-Star break on that weekend. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, chopped foul up the third baseline. And on that Friday night, Sugardale Dollar Dogs, post-game fireworks. Get your tickets at CLEGuardians.com. 2-1 ball game. Minnesota in front. Caratini at third. Kreidler at second. Here's Cantillo's 1-1. Low and inside for a ball. Good stop by Bailey. Boy, he makes it look easy back there.
Yeah, that's about 3 or 4 really good plays that he has made behind the dish tonight. Cantillo's having problems getting that changeup close enough to the strike zone now to get them to offer at it.
Here's the 2-1 to Fetko. He swings and lifts it high in the air, right center, cruising after it Watson, and he makes the catch in fairly deep right center to retire Fetko and the Twins. Cantillo holds Minnesota off the scoreboard. 3 complete at Target Field. It's the Twins.
Oh, man, that ball sounded good off the bat. That's drilled. Way gone. Whoa, my goodness. One of the farthest home runs we've seen at PNC Park. Wow. An absolute titanic blast. And he's homered in 3 straight games. Look at that.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
We head to the 4th inning here in Minneapolis with the Guardians trailing by a score of 2-1. Jim Rosenhaus along with Pat Tabler, who's filling in for Hammy on this Minnesota portion of the road trip. Tom is off for this trip and then will rejoin us after the All-Star break. Leading things off, Khalil Watson, first pitch swinging, bounces it foul outside of first base. Our on-site engineer is Jared Wells, and as always, back at command center, Brian Matze, who cooked up a swordfish yesterday on the grill for the off day. That is next level right there.
I didn't know you could do swordfish on the grill. That's pretty impressive.
Matze is not only the best producer in baseball, but a grill master. The 0-1, down low, 1-1.
I guess grilled swordfish. I've seen that on. I'm not a fish guy. Not a fish guy.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. So Mott's back to the much more mundane, keeping us on the air tonight. Sometimes a challenge. Here comes the 1-2 to Khalil Watson. Low and outside. 2-2 the count. Warm and muggy here tonight. We had 82 degrees at game time, and there was a chance of showers in that 6 o'clock hour, but they missed us. The 2-2 just missed outside. Watson has worked the count full 3-2.
Boy, that didn't miss by much. Rear back for a little something extra. 99 on that fastball.
Taj Bradley winds it up, the payoff pitch. Swung on, ripped foul outside of first base. I know it is a small sample size, just his second at bat, but you saw Watson before he had picked up his first hit. And I'll be interested to see as the night goes on if you notice much difference yet. He's been a hot hitter. The 3-2 swing, foul tip into the glove, hung on to. That's strike 3. 1 away.
You know, I'm not worrying about production right now because he's such a young player when it comes to experience just playing the game of baseball. But the first thing I see when I watch him swing, he's got a quick bat. 99, he's going to be able to handle that as soon as he gets experience.
Now Chase DeLauder swings and misses for strike 1 at the splitter. DeLauder flied to left his first time up. 2-1, Guardians trailing, 4th inning. The pitch to DeLauder. He swings and lines it to center field. That gets down for a base hit. DeLauder's aboard with a solid single to center, and he continues to just torch the baseball, especially since his return from a stint on the injured list.
You know, it's fun to watch these young hitters as they gain experience. This is the first time around the league for them, seeing this type of pitching and these pitchers, what their breaking ball does, how they set them up, and they're gaining valuable experience.
Now Kyle Manzardo struck out looking his first time. Bradley delivers. Breaking ball, low and in. Did he check it? No, he went. So it's 0-1. And, it's interesting, Tabby, that DeLauder has said that you never want to miss time, but the 2 weeks away on the injured list kind of let him reset, regroup a little bit, and he has really swung it well since coming back. The 0-1, up high, 1-1. So what's the balance there?
The game can... Everything can go fast, and all of a sudden the next thing you know, you're confused and you don't know what's happening. Things are happening too fast, and I read that article about what he said about resetting.
Here comes the pitch to Kyle Manzardo. Swing and a miss.
And I understand what he's saying, and I know he didn't want to miss those 2 weeks. And as you gain the experience and as you play and as you go around the league and you play in these different ballparks and all that, you're going to be able to reset in a day. You're going to get 1 day off and then you'll be able to reset.
Well, he has become that force once again near the top of the lineup for the Guardians. He's over at first base with 1 out. 2-1 Minnesota. The 1-2 delivery to Manzardo. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Cutter got him. 2 down. Taj Bradley with 7 strikeouts, coming off his career high tying 11 his last time out. He's on that pace again.
He defeated the Astros last Wednesday, allowed 1 run in 5 innings. 11 of those 15 outs were those strikeouts.
Now Rhys Hoskins took Bradley deep his first time up. The pitch up and in for ball 1. Hoskins in the second inning launched his 8th home run of the season over the wall in center. Gave the Guardians an initial lead, but 2 in the bottom of the second has put Minnesota in front. Now the 1-0. Just missed inside. 2-0. Hoskins trying to still find that consistency. And occasionally has a big blast, and he has picked up 30 runs driven in. Here's the 2-0. Swung on, chopped foul at home plate. 2-1.
No more fastballs for you after what he did to that first one he saw in his first at bat. That laser he hit the center field. That 2-0 pitch right there was not a fastball. He wasn't going to challenge him again. Threw him a breaking ball.
Now the 2-1 from Bradley. Swung on, and there is a high pop-up right side on the infield. Now into the outfield grass to make the catch is Clemens, the second baseman, in very shallow right. Side retired. We head to the bottom.
In baseball, it's important to use your head, but it's not always helpful.
It hit him in the head, and oh no, it'd be a home run. Well, Jose, you have company.
And batter beware, the animal is loose.
Can I see that jump again? It looked like Luke Cornett trying to block a 3.
Now,
There's top rail, and then there's yelling 4.
He hits him right in the palm of the throat.
It certainly grades an A for effort.
David Peterson on to pitch. Jacob Marcy loses the bat.
Oh, somebody's throwing a baseball up there from the Mets dugout to try and loosen it.
Shot up the middle. That's where Hyer Lee is, and he drops the ball. Unbelievable.
And how about a look at some heads-up defensive plays?
Converging. It's Antonacci with the diving play.
And what a rolling grab by Jorge Barrosa. It's by the pool, and Siri got it. He went up and got it.
That, folks, is the magic of baseball.
Royo on the spin, smother. Got him.
Fundy goes behind the back. How about that?
Let's open this up. Take a look at what we find. Looks like we've got Lauren Shahadi.
Animation is great.
We got Robert Flores, one of the stars of MLB Central with Lauren Shahadi. Then we got Mark DeRosa. Look at that. He looks like Superman, does he not? Right?
He was when he was with the Cubs.
Harold Reynolds looking ripped in a tracksuit in Studio 42. There I am. The hair's all
I know this guy.
Look at that jawline.
To fit your budget, your needs, and your life. Learn more at uhc.com.
Joey Cantillo back to work, bottom of the 4th inning. Guardians trailing 2-1. Austin Martin, the leadoff hitter in the batting order, takes a pitch inside for a ball. Already tonight, he has struck out and driven in a run with a sac fly. That was in the 2-run 2nd inning for Minnesota. Here's Cantillo's 1-0. Martin takes it on the outside corner for a strike. And Power, talking between innings, this could be a little more lopsided, but the Twins have let some great scoring opportunities get away as Cantillo's worked out of jams. Here's the 1-1. He sails it back to the screen on the fly. Ball 2.
7 runners left on base by Minnesota through the first 3 innings of this ball game. Yeah, it could definitely be worse. Joey's done a good job of limiting the damage that his defense has put him in.
Man, that's been his MO. We mentioned it early. Tremendous with men in scoring position. Pitch. Low and inside for a ball. 3-1. 163, the opposition hitting when they have a man in scoring position against Cantillo. So less than most are scoring when he's in trouble. Here's the 3-1. Swung on, and there's a high fly ball foul down the left side. Out of play.
You know, if you could keep it close, it might not sound like a lot. Oh, well, it's 2-1, and it could be a lot worse. But the advantage in this series, I think, goes to Cleveland's bullpen versus Minnesota's bullpen. So if you can keep it close and get into those later innings against their bullpen, I like your chances.
That is that one struggle point for Minnesota, and you look back to last year's trade deadline, they traded almost their entire bullpen to other clubs, and they'd love to have some of them back now as the next pitch is up high for a ball. That's a leadoff walk for Austin Martin in the bottom half of the 4th inning. But again, at those deals, you really can't judge them for several years down the line because of prospects they got back, and then they did get tonight's starting pitcher back in one of those deals, who has had a tremendous year in Taj Bradley. Now Brooks Lee, RBI single for Lee last time up. That put his team in front. The pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Pick up the Cleveland Guardians Dollar Bank debit card, and you can score exclusive perks like savings at the Guardians team store. Visit dollar.bank/baseball for more details. Here's the 0-1. Fastball on the inside corner for a strike. Now the set by Cantillo. Martin with 9 stolen bases, and the pitch to Lee, swung on, foul tip, hung on to, That's strike 3. A strikeout for Cantillo. That's number 6 for him.
Boy, he showed him everything in his arsenal, finishing it off with a very tight, hard spinning curveball. That leaf foul tipped, and another really nice play by Bailey to hold on to it.
Here's the pitch to Josh Bell on the inside corner for a strike. Bell tonight with a single and a walk in 2 trips, continuing a tremendous stretch at the plate for him. Switch hitter, right side. The pitch, there goes the runner. Martin's off, the throw by Bailey, a beauty, and it's in time. Martin retired on a caught stealing on a great throw from Patrick Bailey. Boy, he gets rid of it so quickly, and Travis Bazzana had plenty of time to apply the tag at second base.
You know, that's the key, how quickly to transfer from the glove to the hand and how he gets rid of it so quickly.
Now the 1-1 to Josh Bell. Breaking ball, low and in. 2-1.
And accurately down to second base. Bazzana didn't even have to move his glove.
The 2-1. In tight. 3-1 on Bell. A former National League All-Star during his time with Pittsburgh and played in the game, was in the Home Run Derby when the game was in Cleveland back in 2018. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a foul tip. 3-2 the count. Cantillo's ready to go. Here's his pitch. And Bell fouls it off at home plate. Stays alive with a 3-2 count. I believe I said 2018, the 2019 All-Star game in Cleveland. Josh Bell, a participant. And with the Guardians a couple of years later, here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled off.
Was that the one that Vladdy did really well?
Yeah.
But didn't win, right?
The format was set up where he hit the most home runs.
Yeah.
But, yeah, different rounds to get through. And Pete Alonso ended up winning.
That's right. That's right.
But Vladdy wore out the bleachers and left. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, and there's a pop-up on the infield. The shortstop, Rocchio, gives way to Bazzana, who makes the catch behind the second base bag, and Bell's retired for the 3rd out in the inning. We head to the 5th here in Minneapolis. It's the Twins 2, the Guardians 1.
I'm gonna go check out Food Truck Row. So, what did you guys get today?
Philly cheesesteaks.
Both of you got the same thing. Are they that good?
Oh, yeah.
Got a hot dog and some fries. Just kind of basic ballpark.
Chicken bacon sandwich.
Uh-huh.
Philly cheesesteak.
Okay.
And some
Crinkle cut fries. Okay, where are you guys from?
We're from Dallas.
Dallas. That's what's fun about baseball. It brings different regions together, not just the ball and glove and bat, but what we're eating.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Fifth inning now at Target Field in Minneapolis. Guardians still trailing 2-1 as Taj Bradley fires away, and he misses outside and low to Brian Rocchio for ball one. Rocchio bounced to second his first time up. 7 strikeouts for Bradley. The hard-throwing righty with the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Nasty cutter.
Yeah, and even with those 7 strikeouts, he's only thrown 56 pitches working now into the 5th inning.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Down low, 2-1. Well, he came in with the good resume, having a solid season. 7-3, an ERA of 3.86. The 2-1 in tight for ball 3. Same exact one-loss record and earned run average as Joey Cantillo for the Guardians. There's some significance to that. The 3-1 swung on, popped him up, foul behind the plate, and out of play. It's only the 5th time on July 1st or later of any season where pitchers with 10 or more decisions have an identical record and earned run average. And that seems like a lot. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, popped it up, foul, and out of play. Off to the left.
The key being 10 decisions.
Yeah.
And ERA.
And I think the ERA is the hard part. With 7-3, you could see that.
Yeah. But the same ERA.
Yeah. So, interesting. I don't know what it means. Here's the pitch. As there's a swing and a tapper to the first baseman. Lewis flips to Bradley covering, who just got there ahead of Rocchio. So 1 down. Get our injury report this half inning. It's presented by Elk & Elk, serious lawyers for serious injuries, and an official partner of the Guardians. Give them a call at 1-800-ELK-OHIO. Of course, for the Guardians, the big ones, Jose Ramirez, the hamate injury, and Angel Martinez, the broken bone in his foot. Here's the pitch to Schneemann. It's swung on and blasted foul down the left side and out of play. Both of them, they're progressing nicely, but they're still a long way away. 5 to 7 weeks for both was the initial plan or hope, and they're tracking along that route. But here's the 0-1, swung on, and there's a high fly ball to left, fairly deep, but room out there for Martin, who makes the catch near the corner, and it's 2 quick outs.
Stitches are out for Jose. I read last week. Was that last week?
Yeah.
And he's starting to swing a bat or trying to swing a bat.
Yeah. Martinez doing some activities as much as he can. But again, they got to let everything heal and strengthen it up. So
then you have to get back into baseball shape.
Yeah.
That's the toughie.
Patrick Bailey, the batter, swings and misses for strike 1. And on the other side for the Twins, the big one today, Byron Buxton going on the injured list with a hip injury. 19th trip to the IL in his major league career. Here's the 0-1. Fastball strike on the outside corner.
And he was trying to avoid going on the IL. He hadn't been on it this year, right?
No. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, ripped foul past Sandy Alomar, the Guardians' first base coach. Getting out of the way smoothly.
He still has it.
Yeah,
he's quick.
No panic. Just a step or two out of the way, and everything's fine. Rouglis Odor over at third base, coaching for the Guardians. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Down low. 1-2 the count on Patrick Bailey. But Byron Buxton wants to make sure he's available for this team as soon as possible, so that means missing the All-Star game. That's what he will do by being placed on the injured list. Was a starter. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, slapped foul outside of third.
And Derek Shelton, the manager of Minnesota, was saying before the game, I think he said it 3 times in that meeting, Byron Buxton is a team guy. He didn't want to do that, but what was best for the team was for him to go on the injured list and get healthy so they can have him in the second half.
The 1-2, yanked foul outside of first base again. So we will do it again on 1-2 to Patrick Bailey. Well, Buxton, the longest tenured Twin, signed through the 2028 season, has a no-trade clause, and he doesn't want to go anywhere. The 1-2, up high, 2-2. If he's going to win a World Series, he wants it to be with the Twins. That's his team. He's embedded in the community. His family enjoys it here. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 8 strikeouts for Taj Bradley. Retires the side in order in the 5th. We head to the bottom of the inning. Minnesota 2, the Guardians 1.
Getting traded to Boston from Chicago. You see here the traditional jersey. I love a road jersey because it says where you're from. And this is simple, clean, and cool. And then you see this patch right here. This is from the 2013 postseason run, which was unlike anything I had ever been a part of, to punch through and hoist that trophy. Boston strong forever, baby.
Gorman ahead in the count. Cardinals down 5. Swing and a drive. That's a mammoth shot for Gorman. A long home run over the bullpen.
That was a pretty easy swing by Gorman, and that ball went way over the Cardinals bullpen in right field. He has tremendous power.
Get a good pitch to hit. When you do, don't miss it. Nolan didn't. 443-foot shot by Nolan Gorman all over it. Deep right field for Gorman. He got all of it.
I don't think Joe ever looked uncomfortable offensively.
2 Mac drives high in the air out to right. No doubt about this. Second deck, a Mac attack. His 5th homer in June. 450 feet. A beauty of a bomb for Mac. And it's 10-1 Marlins in the top of the 7th. If that was 450, I'm really going to need a recount on
right.
The official Roll Sin app.
Guardians trailing 2-1 as we reach the bottom of the 5th inning. Joey Cantillo at 79 pitches. So looking for a quick inning here to see if he can earn the 6th. Facing Royce Lewis leading things off, and Lewis swings and misses for strike 1. Lewis walked his first time up, then popped to short. Guardians on a home run by Rhys Hoskins took the lead in the top of the 2nd. Twins with 2 in the bottom half of the inning lead it 2-1. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball on the outside corner for a strike. Great curve from Cantillo.
Now finish him off. You just mentioned his pitch count. I don't think you can nibble here. I think you have to go right after him.
Here's his 0-2. He did. It swung on and missed, strike 3. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station ID on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network. Jim Rosenhaus along with Pat Tabler joining you from Minneapolis tonight. Jared Wells, on-site engineer. Brian Motze back at Command Center. Tabby filling in for Tom Hamilton. Hammy off for the road trip. He will be back when the Guardians open play post All-Star break at home against the Pirates. Here's the 0-1. Swung on. There's a bouncing ball back to the mound. Nice grab by Cantillo, who flips it on to first for the out. Quick glove work there by Joey Cantillo.
Yeah, you got to let go of that baseball. You got to be in good fielding position, and that one found the glove.
Well, here's that quick inning so far. Trying to finish it off here with Cody Clemens coming to the plate. Clemens reached on an error by the second baseman Travis Bazzana that started that 2-run 2nd inning. Then he struck out in the 3rd. The pitch to him. Breaking ball inside corner, strike 1. inside for a ball. No challenge. Here comes the 1-0 from Cantillo. Swung on, foul tip. 1-1 the count. Big year going for Joey Cantillo. Already has surpassed his career best for starts in a season. He made 13 a year ago. Tonight, start number 19. And he has passed his career high for innings as well. Next pitch. Wow. Outside and low. Just missed.
Just missed again. He's making the start on 5 days rest. He's got a sub-3 ERA on 5 days rest in his career.
Here's the 2-1 to Clemens. Big breaking ball missed up high. And now it's 3-1. Little extra time here for Cantillo. That pitch clock winding down, but he gets it away, and the pitch is swung on and lined up the middle. A base hit settling into shallow center. Clemens is aboard with a 2-out single. I mentioned Guardians will be home coming out of the All-Star break. They take on the Pirates Saturday, July 18th, and fans will receive a Jose Ramirez camp shirt thanks to Dollar Bank. Get your tickets today at CLEGuardians.com. And again, that's a 3-game series against Pittsburgh, the 17th, 18th, and 19th of July. Ryan Kreidler steps in, takes a breaking ball low. 2-out base runner for the Twins. Cody Clemens with 6 stolen bases on a team that runs a little bit. 8th most steals in the American League for Minnesota at 55. By contrast, the Guardians second in the AL with 84. Here's the 1-0. Kreidler looks at a strike on the inside corner, and it's 1-1. Outfield plays Kreidler to pull just slightly, and they have left a huge gap in right center for the right-handed hitting. Ryan Kreidler, formerly with the Tigers. Cantillo lets it fly. Swing and a miss. Good heat that time.
Yeah, we were hoping for that quick inning, so maybe we can get another one out of Joey in the 6th, but they're stirring around out in that bullpen right now.
And up to 92 pitches, so you would think this would be it. We'll see. Here's the pitch to Kreidler. Swung on, blasted foul off to the right side. Well out of play. We'll do it again on 1-2. Franco Alamon is getting loose out in the pen. Hard throwing righty. A 1-2 pitch. Swung on, ground ball to short. Corralled by Rocchio, goes to first in time for the out. Side retired, 5 complete in downtown Minneapolis. Guardians trailing the Twins.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game, these games, all the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
And a call, strike 3. Change up right down the chute.
Let's just bite on this ball. Whee! Right at the bottom of the zone.
Swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts for Sanchez.
Well, that changeup rears its ugly head again, this time to Haggerty, and see how far out in front he was of that one.
Swing and a miss. 7 strikeouts for Sanchez. He's mixed it in all his pitches. And he picked up another K.
It has been tough sledding for the Guardians against Taj Bradley tonight. And the Twins right-hander fires strike one to Stephen Kwan as we open the 6th inning. Guardians trailing just by a 2-1 score. But not much going on against Bradley. The 0-1 outside for a ball to even the count at 1-1. Kwan bounced to third his first time up. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, line, caught by the third baseman, Lee. One down.
Boy, there is nothing you can do about that if you're Stephen Kwan. Just keep swinging it, man. That one he hit right on the nose, but right at the third baseman.
And you'll take that to the opposite field, the line drive. That's what he's been trying to get to and been much more recently. Top of the lineup, Travis Bazzana, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Bazzana has struck out and bounced out to the pitcher. Guardians hanging around here trying to get to that bullpen if they can. The 0-1 outside and low, 1-1. Again, the Twins bullpen, and it's been a revolving door out there. Their ERA as a pen coming in was 5.28, worst in the American League. Next pitch is down low for a ball, 2-1.
That's where the advantage is, and that's why saving those runs early means a lot.
Bradley's still only at 77 pitches, so they struggled to make him work too hard. The 2-1, swing and a miss, and it's 2-2 on Bazzana, trying to fight off a cutter, couldn't do it. 2-1 ball game, Twins in front. The 2-2, swung on, line drive to left, back on it, and making the catch is Martin. 2 up, 2 down for the Guardians as Khalil Watson will come to the plate. Guardians baseball brought to you in part by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers, featuring Toyota Tacoma, Tundra, Land Cruiser, Sequoia, and 4Runner, a family of trucks that just keeps getting stronger. For all Toyota offers, go to Toyota.com. Here's Khalil Watson. The pitch to him. Outside, ball 1. And again, Tabby mentioned it earlier. Bradley, this is more of the same from what he's been doing lately. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. A win his last time out against Houston. 1 run allowed, 5 innings. 2 runs allowed in 7 innings before that. The 1-1, swung on, chopped foul. 2 runs in 5 innings and a win at Arizona prior to that. So it has been going well for Bradley.
You got to lay off those low pitches. He's been spinning that curveball and throwing that splitter down in the strike zone, and Guardians haven't had much luck with it.
Here comes the 1-2 from Bradley. Bounced it in there for a ball, 2-2. 2 down, bases empty. Top half of the 6th inning. Still plenty of daylight here in Minneapolis. It is cloudy, but the light's not even close to taking their full effect yet. The 2-2 delivery. Swung on, foul back into the net. Watson may have had a pitch there.
Yeah, they finally got the ball up, and that's the game plan. Make him get the ball up. He likes to throw the fastball in the upper parts of the zone. That one was a very hittable pitch. He just missed.
The 2-2. Called strike 3. Poured it right in there at 99. Cut the plate in half for strikeout number 9.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
What is something that you snack on that you don't worry about?
I love Uncrustables. I could eat like 10 of them in one sitting.
In no regard for his body? I don't even wait till I thaw out.
Hey, Put them in a toaster next time. And toast it, yep. It'll change your life.
Yeah, just an incredible play by Riley Green. You're an all-star on the field and off, bro.
I appreciate it.
Hey,
Thank you.
Riley Green, bro, food genius.
That brings up Samuel Basayo.
The 1-1. Basayo hits us high in the air. Center field. Langford back. This one is way out of here. That may have been off the batter's eye in center. Samuel Basayo just hit it where almost no one ever has. Holy smokes. Some 440 feet later, Samuel Basayo just destroyed that baseball. A breathtaking moment at Camden Yards.
437, 109.5 off the bat.
So nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Guardians go to their bullpen for the bottom of the 6th inning, bringing on hard-throwing rookie right-hander Franco Aleman. He'll face Luke Keeschel to lead things off for the Twins. Aleman taking over for Joey Cantillo, fires away, and his first pitch is down low for ball 1. It's 2-1, Twins in front. Cantillo pitched well, 5 innings, allowed 2 unearned runs, 6 hits, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. Here's the 1-0. Fastball, strike called on the inside corner. With Aleman, it's the mid to upper 90s fastball and a wicked slider.
Yeah, throws that 21% of the time. Made his big league debut against these Minnesota Twins back in May.
Now the 1-1. Swung on, broken bat roller to third. Charging Schneemann picks it up barehanded but has no play. That bat died a hero, a base hit for Keeschel.
Let me tell you how far he got into his kitchen with that fastball. The barrel of the bat ended up in left field. Short left field, past the shortstop, and the ball didn't even get off the infield grass. That's how hard he got into his kitchen. You make a great pitch like that, and he ends up beating it out for a hit.
Boy,
it's not fair.
The amount of base runners the Twins have had tonight without the ball leaving the infield, it is staggering. That's what led to the 2 runs back in the 2nd inning. 3 consecutive hitters reached without the ball leaving the infield. Pinch hitter for Kyler Fedko. It is Trevor Larnach, a left-handed batter facing the right-hander Aleman. The pitch outside for a ball. Get to the out-of-town scores here this half inning. Presented by your Northeast Ohio Ford dealers. Full slate of games here on this Tuesday night. We'll begin in Pittsburgh with a tremendous individual performance. The 1-0. Outside and low. 2-0. The Pirates, they are laying it on the Braves in Pittsburgh tonight. It's 12-2. In the top of the 9th inning, Ryan O'Hearn in his first 3 at-bats hit 3 home runs and drove in 10. The pitch to Larnach. He swings and pops it up high in the air to shallow right. Coming in to Lauder, and he makes the catch. 1 down. I mean, for some guys, that's a good month.
A good month. I've seen guys win Player of the Week with worse stats than that. He did it in 1 game.
They'll be unveiling a new award tomorrow, the player of the first 3 innings. It's Ryan O'Hearn of the Pirates. What a night for him, man. So it's 12-2 Pittsburgh.
Did he do anything after those first 3 at-bats? Or
I am not sure. Austin Martin steps in. The pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Does he have to? I mean, goodness gracious. Give the guy a break.
Show me something.
Martin has struck out, hit a sac fly, and walked. Runner at first, draws a throw, back safely as Keeschel.
I'm looking now, he does have 4 hits. So he did something. What he did, 10 ribeye steaks.
Well, you're right, though. That might get a player of the week. It's early in the week, too, so some time for Mr. O'Hearn. Here's the 0-1. Up and in. That leads him back. 1-1. All right, other scores. Tampa Bay leading the Yankees that big series in the AL East. 6-4. Tampa Bay down in St. Pete. Top half of the ninth inning. Next pitch. Swung on, chopped foul. The Yankees came into play tonight 3 back of the first place Rays in the AL East. Detroit leading the Athletics 6-2, bottom of the 8th inning on Tarek Skubal bobblehead night in Detroit, and he's pitching tonight. And it looks pretty good to work on a win. Houston leading Washington in D.C. It's 5-2, top half of the 8th inning. Seattle leading in Miami 5-4 over the Marlins, top half of the 8th. Now the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, low and outside. 2-2. And I believe if Seattle goes home after that series, I think that's the longest flight you can make in the major leagues, from Miami to Seattle.
Yeah.
Now the 2-2. Swung on, ground ball to third. Backhand stop Schneemann. To second for one. Bazana to first, not in time. So they pick up the lead runner. Keishel is out at second. 2 down in the inning as Martin's aboard at first. A couple of other scores for you. Phillies lead the slumping Reds, top of the 8th. 3-1 Philadelphia in Cincinnati. Reds have the worst record in baseball since May 1st.
They just can't hit. They lost Ellie De La Cruz for a while, and that didn't help, but they just have not been able to hit the baseball.
Brooks Lee, the batter. And it's a swing and a pop-up high in the air right side. Bazana circling, calling for it at the line, makes the catch in fair territory to retire Lee and the Twins here in the 6th inning.
You know what happened in 2014.
A World Series win for the San Francisco Giants.
Look at how clean that is. The gold, I don't know if you guys know what the gold means, but the gold means you are the World Series champions from the year before, but it's the honor of a lifetime, getting to win back-to-back World Series championships with 2 different teams.
The Red Sox got their 4th of July party started early with a 4-game sweep of the struggling Yankees at Fenway.
Can you believe it?
It's the first time the Sox have swept a 4-game series from the Yankees since 2018, and it's largely thanks to the efforts of their red-hot rookie-filled rotation. With the Yankee offense continuing to struggle without Aaron Judge, the Sox pitchers didn't miss a beat. Connolly early set the stage with a 9K performance in a Game 1 duel against Cam Schlittler. While Peyton Tolley provided a strong follow-up act with 7 one-hit innings in Game 2. And the newest rookie, Jake Bennett, got in on the action himself and took home the win in Game 3.
And all of a sudden, the Red Sox are rolling against their arch rival.
But it was the veteran Sonny Gray who provided the showstopper in Game 4, taking a no-hitter into the 8th in his finest start of the year. Jarren Duran capped the sweep with a 10th inning walk-off that kept the Yankees tumbling out of first place.
Some defensive changes for the Twins. We'll fill you in after this pitch to Chase DeLauder. And it's outside from Taj Bradley, who continues with a great one going tonight. He's allowed just the 1 run, struck out 9. DeLauder's 1 for 2. One of just 2 hits for the Guardians. And he takes a strike on the outside corner to even the count. Rhys Hoskins the other. That was a home run back in the 2nd inning. Guardians challenging here. DeLauder thought it was a ball, and boy, that's a wide margin to miss.
He missed it by a lot, yeah.
Several inches. Here's the 2-0 on the outside corner for a strike. 2-1 to DeLauder. In the outfield, Austin Martin has moved from left to center. Trevor Larnach, who pinch hit, he's in the game and left. The 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Larnach at pinch hit for the rookie Kyler Fetko. Guardians trailing 2-1. 2 runs, 7 hits for the Twins. A run on 2 hits for Cleveland. The pitch. And it's down low for a ball, 3-2. Only 1 error in the game, but it was pivotal. An error by Travis Bassana in the second inning allowed the leadoff batter to reach, and that's when the Twins scored their 2 runs. The 3-2 swung on, bouncing ball near the middle. Diving attempt, but off the glove of the diving second baseman Clemens. And it's into shallow center. DeLauder never stopped running around first. He's into second, standing up. Alert base running from Chase DeLauder.
Let's give a hand to Sandy Alomar, the first base coach. He recognized right away the second baseman knocked it down and knocked it into no man's land in the center field. And right away, he pointed to DeLauder to go to second base, and he never stopped running.
So, tying run in scoring position here in the 7th for Kyle Manzardo. Here's the pitch from Bradley. Manzardo chops it foul at home plate. No activity in that Twins bullpen. And again, the bullpen has labored mightily, and Bradley has thrown the ball extremely well tonight, so they're going to stick with him for a little bit.
Yeah, if you're Derek Shelton over there in the first base dugout, you got to say it's his game. I got to give him this inning right here.
Here's the pitch to Manzardo, low and outside for a ball, 1-1. Manzardo's 0 for 2 against Bradley tonight with a pair of strikeouts. He's trying to get it going again. Slow stretch here in the early portion of July. The 1-1 swung on, a chopper foul over to the Twins dugout on the first base side. Bradley now at 94 pitches. Big, strong right-hander. Did see a little bit of time on the injured list this year with a pectoral injury. Here comes his 1-2 to Manzardo. Swung on, ground ball, right side. Up with it, Clemens. He'll throw on to first for the out. But Manzardo advances the runner to third with less than 2 down. And we'll see if the Guardians can get him in as Rhys Hoskins will come to the plate.
Yeah, he did him a favor by throwing him an off-speed pitch that was up, and that allowed Manzardo to get the head out and pull that ball. Now the infield has to come in.
And they are going to meet at the mound as the catcher goes out, joined by the rest of the infielders. Rest of the out-of-town scoreboard. Milwaukee leading St. Louis 4-2, top half of the 7th in St. Louis. The Cubs are in Baltimore. It's 4-0 Cubs, top of the 7th. Boston is in Chicago to play the White Sox, and the Red Sox lead the White Sox 4-0, bottom of the 6th. Wild one in New York. The Mets and Royals are tied at 9 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Angels and Texas underway, 2-2 the score, bottom of the 5th in Arlington. Right here, 2-1. The Twins lead. Guardians threatening in the 7th. Infield in for Minnesota with a runner at third and 1 out. Rhys Hoskins digs in. The pitch to him. Down low, ball 1. Chase DeLauder's the base runner at third. And Hoskins just trying to get the ball into the outfield if he can. Already has the home run to center off of Bradley. Here's the 1-0. That's in there for a strike on the outside corner. Andrew Morris, a right-hander, has begun to warm in the Twins bullpen. Lefty Eric Sabrowski's heating it up in the Guardians pen. Here's the 1-1. Waved at and missed. Chased the cutter. 1-2 the count.
DeLauder is getting a big lead down there at third base, like they're going to try and play the contact play at third base. Anything he hit, he's going to try and beat the throw home.
A 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Chased a high fastball. 10 strikeouts for Taj Bradley. What a night. That is his third double-figure strikeout game of the season, coming off 11 strikeouts in Houston his last time out. Now Brian Rocchio, can he deliver with 2 outs? Here's the pitch to him, and it is up high for ball 1. Rocchio in the number 6 spot in the lineup tonight. Had been exclusively in that number 9 spot for most of the first 2 months of the season, but has moved around since the injury to Ramirez. The 1-0 swung on, bouncing ball to first. Up with it is Lee. Takes it to the bag in time. And the frustrating night continues for the Guardians offensively as they leave a runner stranded at third, and we reach the...
Eldridge boomed a double to deep left center field off the wall. That one out towards right center field and deep. Eldridge on July 4th into the second deck. 458. 6-3 Giants, and just a monster home run.
Holy spectacle. Foot down early. Whoa. High, let it fly, and he knew it. That's a big man hit it.
Woo, boy.
Nothing pulls fans to the concession stand like a Sugardale Dollar Dog. And don't forget, you can enjoy that same mouth-watering Sugardale hot dog at home. Slow smoked, perfectly seasoned, made right here in Ohio for over 100 years. Don't wait. Make tonight a Sugardale hot dog night.
Left-hander Eric Sabrowski on to pitch for the Guardians in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2-1 Minnesota. Josh Bell, first pitch swinging, lines it into center field, a base hit just to the left of the second base bag. He shot it into the outfield, and Bell is now 2 for 3 with a walk.
That was a high pitch that was up and out of the strike zone, but Bell was able to get on top of it and bang it back through the middle.
That brings up Royce Lewis. Franco Aliman, scoreless 6th inning for the Guardians. Now Sabrowski trying to keep this one close. 2-1 Twins. Lewis 0 for 2. The pitch to him. Up high. Ball 1. On the season, Sabrowski has appeared in 32 games. He's 3-1. An ERA of 3.12. 47 strikeouts in 26 innings. Here's his pitch. There's a fastball strike. Sabrowski always from the stretch. Here's his pitch. And it's swung on, popped him up. Foul and out of play back behind home plate. Enbridge Gas Ohio wants to remind you, whether you're an individual or a contractor, State law requires that you call 811 before you dig to have those underground utilities marked. It's simple and it's free. Just dial 811. Now the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball low and inside. Good check by Lewis. 2-2. Jim Rosenhaus along with Pat Tabler for this Minnesota series. Hammy has the road trip off. He'll be back with us coming out of the All-Star break when the team is back home against the Pirates. Final 6 games before the All-Star break. 3 here and then 3 in Miami over the weekend. Saturday, we'll compete with World Cup Soccer, England and Norway. And word on the street is both of those fan bases are wild. It could be a crazy weekend in Miami. We'll see. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Tied him up inside with a slider. 1 down.
Do you know where they're playing those games?
They're at the Dolphin Stadium.
Is it Joe Robbie? I don't even know if it's called Joe Robbie.
Well, if it's sponsored, they're not allowed to do that during the World Cup. They wipe out all the sponsors.
Okay.
So where the Dolphins play is where the soccer will be.
And
so
you're down the street. You know,
pretty far away.
Yeah, they're on the north side and the baseball's on the south side.
I think so. Here's the pitch. And it's in tight to Caratini. Palm Beach Gardens, I think, is what they call where the Dolphins play.
Oh, is it that far north?
Yeah. And then the Marlins are where the old Orange Bowl was. Here's the 0-1. Waved at and missed. 0-2, or close to it.
All I know is your hotel is going to be crawling with soccer fans.
It's anything like Houston was, remember?
Remember that? Yes.
That was Netherlands and Sweden, and saw a lot of jerseys in downtown Houston. Getting down there now to the quarterfinals in the World Cup, so it's almost done, but it's been a fun, it's about a month worth of soccer and all kinds of great fans coming over from different parts of the world. Victor Caratini, the batter, is 1 for 3. Here's the 0-2, swung on, and that's lined to right. DeLauder moving over, makes the catch, heading toward the foul line. Good running grab by DeLauder. And there's 2 down in the inning with Bell still anchored at first.
You know, he got a great read on that ball and a great break. Caratini's a switch hitter, so he's batting right-handed. He sliced that ball to Chase, and he got a good read on it and just ran it down.
Cody Clemens, the batter. Clemens, 1 for 3. Singled his last time up in the 5th inning. Here's the pitch, and it's swung on and drilled to the gap in left center. Can Quan get there? No, he cannot. It splits the gap. Might have been off his glove. Up against the wall it goes. Chugging around third. Scoring standing up is Bell. Into third with a triple is Clemens. And the Twins have added a key insurance run. It's now 3-1 Minnesota. All right, looked like Quan might get there, and you almost expect him to based on his Gold Glove reputation. Yeah, but it just got beyond him.
And it hit off of his glove, and by the time he knocked it down, he pushed it all the way to the wall. And then he ran into the wall, and the ball ricocheted off the wall, so it took him a while to run it down, get it in his throwing hand, and then get it back into the infield.
Now to the plate, Ryan Kreidler takes a pitch down low for ball 1. So give Clemens his 44th run batted in. 3rd triple for Cody Clemens. Roger Clemens' son starting to put together a nice major league career. Here's the pitch to Kreidler. Swung on, he pops it up on the infield. The pitcher calls for it. Making the catch is Sabrowski as he drifts into foul territory. And that's the 3rd out in the inning, but Sabrowski's not happy as he allows the run here in the 7th. Twins add 1. We head to the 8th. 3-1 Minnesota.
A snack that Freddie cannot resist.
I would have to say chips and guacamole. Organic mango, yeah.
Is that because of the strong Dominican contingent in the major leagues, bro? Has anybody ever struck out and gone crazy and smashed the cooler full of mangoes?
No, our team's not really into smashing each other's stuff, I guess.
Are you a seasoning guy? You like to drown your stuff in dips and sauces?
No. Gotta watch my figure.
And it looks great, brother.
I appreciate it.
Very sexy man. Yeah, let's go, Freddie Freeman, ladies and gentlemen.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
New pitcher on for the Twins as Taj Bradley's night is done, and he was terrific. They'll leave it in the hands for now of right-hander Andrew Morris. 3-1 Minnesota. Bottom third of the Guardians lineup due in here in the eighth. Daniel Schneemann, first pitch swinging, chops it foul at home plate for strike one. Bradley, 7 innings, 10 strikeouts, third time this season, 9th time in his career. He allowed 1 run on 3 hits, did not walk a batter. Becoming one of the top quality starters in the American League. He's in line to win his 8th game. Unless the Guardians can come back as Schneemann swings and misses for strike 2.
This has been the Achilles heel right here, the Twins, the bullpen. 30th in Major League Baseball. Bullpen ERA.
Up over 5. Here's the pitch. Bounced in there for a ball. And you look at blown saves. There have been 9 blown saves by the Twins. Just not that many save opportunities, really. Here's the 1-2. Fastball up. And the count's now 2-2. Morris, Guardians actually saw him as a starter on a day where Bradley was supposed to face the Guardians but was scratched because of the oblique issue or the pectoral issue. There's a bouncing ball to second. Up with it easily as Clemens throws out Schneemann at first. 1 away here in the 8th inning.
Well, he has starter stuff. I mean, you look at, his arsenal, and there's 6 different pitches that he's ready to throw up there, so you can't really sit on 1 or 2 pitches.
And he has used those pitches in 32 appearances to fashion a record of 4-2, an ERA of 3.73. He has a couple of saves. Goes to work on Patrick Bailey, who takes a pitch in tight for ball 1. Time for our Cleveland Clinic caregivers shout out. Big thanks to the caregivers at Lorraine Family Health Center for everything they do to care for patients and families. Here comes the 1-0 from Morris. Outside for a ball. 2-0 the count. Bailey's 0 for 2, couple of strikeouts. Switch hitter, left side. Against the right-hander, Andrew Morris. Here's his pitch. And it's outside and low. Morris, 24 years of age, makes his home in Boulder, Colorado. Now the 3-0. Fastball in there for a strike. He was a 4th-round pick in the June 2022 draft. The draft this year coming up Saturday. Twins pick 3rd, Guardians 19th in the 1st round. Next pitch to Bailey, a strike. He thought it was ball 4 and asked for a challenge. So we'll see what happens. Guardians challenging. Marv Hudson has not had a good night on the challenges, the home plate umpire. But he got it right this time.
Barely.
Just caught the corner. So it's 3-2 now on Bailey, as the call was confirmed. Here's the pitch from Morris. Called strike 3. Bailey called out on strikes. Third time tonight he's gone down on strikes.
That time taking it, I think he was looking for something off speed from Morris. Told you he's got 6 different pitches. He just decided to challenge him with a fastball.
Stephen Kwan steps in. 0 for 2. The pitch to him. Fastball in there, strike 1. Kwan hit a rocket that was caught by the third baseman, Brooks Lee, his last time up. A good opposite field approach. We've seen that a lot more recently. The pitch, swung on, line drive, caught by the shortstop. Kreidler makes a diving grab of a sinking liner, ticketed for left. Kwan is 0 for 3, but he shouldn't be. Instead, it retires the...
I'm Jonathan Mayer, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Sandy fired 100 pitches, worked through 8 innings of 1-run ball tonight in the second most hitter-friendly park in baseball.
It's a grand slam! Happy 250th from Randy Arozarena! His 9th home run of the season.
And working on a payoff pitch. Swing, there it goes. Deep in the air to left field. He's got another one. Number 26 for Junior Caminero. And he's got 11 in 11 days. 1-0 Rays.
7 complete for Yamamoto. No runs, 3 hits, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts.
Straight away center. Did he do it? Did he do it? Yes, he did. Start the fireworks.
What in the world did you expect? That's what he does.
Yes, at Spitzer, proud sponsor of the Guardians.
New pitcher on for the Guardians in the bottom of the 8th inning, with Cleveland trailing 3-1 here in Minnesota. Right-hander Matt Festa will take over. He faces Luke Keeschel, who's 2 for 3. Right-handed hitter. The right-hander Festa fires away, and his pitch is inside for ball 1. Festa's 2-1 after 38 appearances, an ERA of 3.93. 1 save. Here's his pitch. Swung on, and that's lifted high in the air. Deep center, back to the left of center. Making the running catch is Khalil Watson. 1 down.
Sometimes it doesn't pay to hit the ball hard, right? Keeschel had 2 infield hits. They haven't left the infield. He's 2 for 3, and it's a bullet to center. Nothing to show for it.
I thought you said before the game you had this game figured out.
No, never.
Okay. I misunderstood.
It'll never get figured out.
No, it won't. That's the best part of it. The number 9 hitter, Trevor Larnach, steps in. The pitch. And it's on the outside corner for a strike. Hey, now through Sunday, download the Marathon Arco Rewards app with a promo code GUARDS26 And you'll be in the Reward Yourself sweepstakes. Here's what you win. The pitch, outside for a ball. KeyBank North Coast Social Box tickets, 6 of them. And remember, Marathon, where fun runs on full. Next pitch, Larnett takes it in tight for a ball. 2-1 the count. Larnett pinch hit for the starter in center, Kyler Fedko. And he flied to right in his first at-bat back in the 6th. Here's the pitch. Swung on, ripped to first. Diving stop on the backhand by Manzardo. Flips to Festa covering for the out. Nice play on a hot smash by the first baseman, Manzardo. 2 up, 2 down in the 8th. Back to the top of the lineup for Austin Martin. And if you're looking ahead to the 9th, top of the lineup for the Guardians, Bazzana, Watson, DeLauder, 3 rookies. And there is action. A lefty loosening in the Minnesota bullpen. Martin takes a pitch outside.
I'm with you. You were talking in between innings to maybe leave that kid in Morris, who pitched so effectively in the 8th inning. But I don't know. They got the lefty up.
Here's the pitch. Down low for a ball. It is Taylor Rogers with great experience. Good major league veteran. So it's looks like who they're going to trust. And you have the left-handed hitters coming up. All part of the matchups late game. The 2-0 from Festa. Swing and a miss. Big rip by Martin. Yeah, the Twins trying to pull to within 2 games of the second-place Guardians, who are a game back of front-running Chicago. Here's the pitch. Fastball strike, and that'll even the count. White Sox at home tonight, trailing the Red Sox 4-1. Bottom of the 7th, but they're at home. The White Sox are the masters of the walk-off win. They have 7 of them already.
Some magic.
So don't go to sleep on that one. Here's the pitch. Swung on, popped up foul down the right side and out of play.
We were talking earlier about how the Twins feel it's July 7th that the division is still up for grabs. For sure, he said, we got a lot of games to play. Half the season, they're right there after a rough start.
The 2-2. Check swing foul back to the screen. And for a team in their position with the trade deadline less than a month away now, it seems like the easiest part to address is your bullpen when it comes trade deadline time.
That's where everybody goes to do it.
The 2-2 just missed low.
That seems, excuse me, that seems like the first place people try to improve is load up on some arms. You think they'd like to have some of the arms they traded away last year?
Here's the payoff. Swung on, and that's line to left center. Kwan coming over. He has to play it on a hop. Big turn at first by Martin. They'll chase him back, and he dives back in at first base with a single. Another liner to left center. Kwan got close, but had to just kind of smother the short hop.
Yeah, as an outfielder, when you know you can't catch it, and right at the last second, Steven said, I can't catch it. Now you've got to knock it down. And you've got to keep it in front of you to keep Martin at first base. He does a good job of doing that.
So Brooks Lee, the batter, switch hitting third baseman, takes a pitch outside for ball 1. Excuse me, on the corner for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Martin with 9 stolen bases. Festa pretty quick to home. Here's his pitch. And it's outside for a ball. 1-1 the count. 3-1, Twins in front. Same game time tomorrow night, 7:40 first pitch for game 2 of the series. The 1-1 swung on, and there's a line drive to center, but right there is Watson. And Khalil Watson makes the catch to retire the Twins here in the 8th. We head to the 9th. Last chance for the Guardians. It's the Twins 3, the Guardians 1.
Rice with a 2-out RBI double to right field in the first inning.
Driven deep to right field. Going back rally. Track. Wall. See ya. Ben Rice red hot with a solo home run. Yankees lead 5-2.
Look of a hitter who is locked in early in the season.
And Ben Rice is, I can't believe it, his first home run of the season, 427 feet. It takes the sails out of what's going on in the dugout. That makes a big difference that the first batter came up and immediately gets one of the runs back.
Wow. Old school D-backs jersey. This was our alternate jersey that we wore on Saturdays. I was the first team to wear the new colors. They called it Sedona Red. Don't mess up that color. Every time I wore this jersey, I would wear the high socks, black jersey, black hat. I just thought it was a really smooth look, and this is one that I'll never forget.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
.35-year-old left-hander Taylor Rogers back with the team that he broke into the major leagues with, had great success with. Taylor Rogers, a former Twin, now a Twin again. And he's going to try and close this one out. 3-1 Minnesota. Travis Bazzana leads it off. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball outside for ball one. Rogers does have a pair of saves in 38 appearances. He's 4-3. His ERA, though, 5.85, so he's been hit a little bit. Here's the pitch. Check swing roller. Third base side of the mound. Picked up by Lee. Throws. Got him at first. I thought maybe that would be similar to a bunt base hit, but it was a little bit too hard to lead.
Yeah, and he was playing in to take away the bunt from Bazzana, so no chance to get him. Taylor Rogers, you mentioned the ERA. Opponents are also hitting over 300 against him.
We're going to have a pinch hitter. David Fry will bat for Khalil Watson, a right-handed batter. Rogers was originally drafted by the Twins back in 2021. 11th round out of Kentucky. Spent the first 6 years of his major league career here and had as many as 30 saves in a season. Since then, though, he's bounced a little bit. San Diego, Milwaukee, the Giants, where he pitched with his twin brother, Tyler. And then last year, the Reds and Cubs, before signing back with Minnesota this offseason. David Fry digs in. Guardians down by 2. Here's the pitch. And it's swung on, yanked foul outside of third. Fry with 6 homers, 13 driven in on the season. 2 for 17 as a pinch hitter. Here's the 0-1. Waved at and missed. Paid crowd tonight of just under 18,000, 17,813 on a Tuesday night here in Minneapolis. The 0-2, breaking ball down low. Team's playing well, but I think a lot of the fans here wanted to prove it a little bit more.
A little bit later into the season. Hey, the way they're playing, you know, all 5 of these teams, I think, in the American League Central.
The 1-2 swung on and lined foul off to the left.
I think they all have a chance. Just got to get hot.
Yep.
And stay hot for a couple of weeks, and you'll be fine.
It is setting up for a fascinating trade deadline, and then what happens after that? And what kind of shape are you in when you get there? Here's the 1-2, swung on, fouled off. You look at the Twins. They're trying to bide their time now without Byron Buxton. Guardians without Jose Ramirez and Angel Martinez. Everybody has some injury issues to work through.
White Sox, the big third baseman.
Murakami Munetaka. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Fry not convinced, but he walks back to the dugout, a strikeout victim. 2 down in the 9th. Chase DeLauder will represent the last hope for the Guardians, who trail 3-1. And they're on their feet here at Target Field. This team that has led the American League in runs scored has gotten it done on the mound tonight, as DeLauder looks at a breaking ball low. They are out pitching a team that lives on pitching. That's the Guardians. Limiting Cleveland to just a run on 3 hits. The 1-0. Down low. 2-0. DeLauder trying to keep it going. Just one base runner, then the Guardians can bring that tying run to the plate. And DeLauder with a single and a double tonight. He and Rhys Hoskins with the home run. That's been it offensively.
They've got Arias on deck. So you got a battle here. Battle to try and find your way over to first base. Get that tying run to the plate.
Here's the pitch. Off speed. Catches the inside corner for a strike. Good slider. The set by Rogers. Here's his pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. And now it's down to the final strike.
A lot of breaking balls from Rogers. He's been in this situation before.
The 2-2. Swung on, pulled foul outside of first. Great work there by DeLauder. Extends the game.
That was a tough pitch. Slider on the outside part of the plate. Just got a piece of it.
Rogers from the stretch. His pitch. Fastball up. Ball 3.
Look for that breaking ball. Look for the breaking ball and adjust to the fastball. Just tell yourself you got to be short and quick if he throws you a fastball.
Here comes the payoff pitch. Swung on and launched high in the air to right near the line and out of play down that right field line.
Got another breaking ball. That one was on the inner half.
So another payoff pitch coming to Chase DeLauder. Rogers is ready. Here it is. Swung on, broken bat roller foul outside of first as he came back with the hard stuff that time. We will do it again on 3-2 to DeLauder, who continues to have tremendous at-bats, and he's putting together a beauty here to try and keep the game alive for Cleveland. 9th pitch of the at-bat coming. Here it is. Inside, ball 4. DeLauder extends the game for the pinch hitter, Gabriel Arias. What an at-bat.
Boy, that sure was. He threw him some tough pitches. And then tried that spinning curveball again and left it on the inside part of the plate. And with that walk, and now Arias announced into the ball game, here comes Derek Shelton.
Well, he has a right-hander in the pen. And they're going to make that move right here. We'll tell you about him when we come back. But
Carpenter reaches out, makes a catch! Wow! Carey snares it and saves the day. Snagged by Ortiz, throws to second. They get the out there. That is as good a play as you will ever see at third base. He's going to try to go to third. Juan throws on the money. He's a dead duck. Not only a gold glove, but a golden arm as well.
Walls reaches out to his left with his back to the infield and makes the catch. A no-look catch by Taylor Walls.
Super side. It's not a bird. It's not a plane. It's Sal.
Fiducia is being waved home. Collins' throw is perfect.
And Isaac Collins said, not here, not now, not in this 6th inning. Caught by McGonigal at third with a leap.
Tough play for Karras when he gets to know it. You bet. How strong is Karras' arm? That was from the outfield grass.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Employers in the Cleveland area and an award-winning workplace. Discover where stability meets opportunity with a career at SwageLock. We're hiring and invite you to explore open jobs at jobs.swagelock.com. That's jobs.swagelock.com.
Yeah, it's always interesting where closers come from. Yoendris Gomez, who was not with the Twins to start the year. He was at Tampa Bay, now leads their team in saves with 9, and he faces Gabriel Arias with 2 outs in the 9th. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. It's 3-1. Minnesota in front. Arias represents the tying run. He's pinch hitting for the first time this season. Chase DeLauder at first base. Gomez, 9 for 9 in save opportunities. Here's his pitch. Swing and a miss. High heat. Just like that, 0-2. And Arias somehow has to try and lay off the high fastball.
Yeah, that's where they like to throw it, that high fastball up. Gomez has a pretty good sweeper. He threw it for strike 1 in this at bat.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch to Gabriel Arias. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Gomez comes on, strikes out Arias on 3 pitches, and the Twins win the opening game of this 3-game series 3-1. And the American League Central Division tightens up once again. Stay with us. We'll have more to come after this.
Recently, our company softball team lost a big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Dale's a loser. I play to win, like early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Are you ready to join a winning team? Like the Guardians, SwageLock is proud to call Northeast Ohio home. As a leading manufacturer of fluid system solutions, our products can be found all over the world. We are one of the largest employers in the Cleveland area and an award-winning workplace. Discover where stability meets opportunity with a career at SwageLock. We're hiring and invite you to explore open jobs at jobs.swagelock.com. That's jobs.swagelock.com.
Since day one of your child's life, you've been...
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
If you want a Cy Young, 73, 5, and 6, I've got an extra 5. And then it says, has worked as a TV commentator. And I did start back in 1978. I did the Yankees and the Red Sox playing the one-game playoff. And ABC said if the Yankees win, Reggie will play, and then you'll go broadcast with Howard Cosell and Keith Jackson. And that's how I started my broadcast. And that's the Bucky Dent home run. So every time I see Bucky Dent, I go, thank you for making me a broadcaster.
went to college at Northeastern University, and all my friends were Red Sox fans. And while in my 3 years there, I really grew to appreciate Red Sox Nation and everything that they bring to the table. And once I got my head wrapped around the trade, I was really, really excited. I think they have one of the most iconic logos, these two Sox right here on the sleeve. I love keeping it simple, really fond of the font, and I think it's a really cool look.